I'm David Terrar and talking about impossible things in technology. And today I've got David Fisher here over from the States. So first, David, could you introduce yourself and your company, please?
Absolutely. I'm the founder and CEO of a company called Integra Ledger, which is a blockchain for the global legal industry.
Excellent.
I'm affiliated with that or associated with that. We're the founder of the Global Legal Blockchain Consortium, which is the largest blockchain consortium in the world in the legal industry.
You've been over here in London having a meeting about that, haven't you? Is that right?
And I was about to say we're also the founder of the Global Legal Hackathon.
Aha.
So just to break that down, the Global Legal Blockchain Consortium has about 175 member institutions and organizations from about 25 countries.
That sounds like it's probably the biggest consortium around blockchain that there is.
In law.
Is that right?
In law.
In
yes.
law. Okay.
In law, yeah.
Okay.
And in fact, one of the largest in the world for any industry.
Yeah.
That's significant. We can talk more about that. We're also the founder of the Global Legal Hackathon. And so I'm here in London doing some work and having some meetings related to the hackathon, which is the largest legal hackathon in the world. We had about 5,000 participants when we did it last year. We expect it to be that much bigger this year. And so we're having some meetings here with you and others, both for the consortium, which is growing rapidly, as well as the hackathon.
What are you trying to do with the consortium? What's that all about? So
blockchain is it's really a network technology, distributed ledger.
So it works when there's a group involved.
Yes, you need a network. You need counterparties. And because the nature of blockchain is about trust in the network, it's really the antithesis of the way the technology world is organized today, where you have central intermediaries. You have a Google, you have an Amazon, you have a government. Blockchain is the opposite of that, where you trust in the network. And so the larger the network, the greater the trust, typically. And that's a simple way to describe it. But that's why we've worked to found this consortium around the world, and we're trying to make it as large and as distributed as possible, because that's a better trust infrastructure for the legal industry.
Excellent. Now, my company, Agile Elephant, and Cambridge Strategy Group were involved with the Global Legal Hackathon last year here in London, and with Wavelength Law and Westminster University for 2019, we will be hosting it for you for London. So tell us more about what it is and what you're trying to achieve from the Legal Hackathon.
So because we're a blockchain company, we think in terms of community, right? And there's a global community of innovators in law, and by and large, people are working on similar things. And so we felt that by starting this global innovation platform, the hackathon, we could connect innovators really from dozens of countries, thousands in total, but hundreds of organizations in one platform to give efficiency and leverage and amplification for entrepreneurs. And this is what we've seen as a result of last year's. I want to say also part of the reason I'm here is we just announced a major new addition to the hackathon, which is called GROWL.
Okay. Oh yes, I saw about this.
Yes.
Yeah, please explain this.
GROWL, GROWL.
Yeah. Which hits one of my important topics.
There you go. Which stands for Global Rise of Women in LegalTech.
Excellent.
And the idea here, and we've had an amazing response in the 72 hours since we announced this, is for all the women leaders in the legal industry around the world, to really actively support and promote what they're doing. And so what we're doing is we're recruiting a global panel of up to probably a couple hundred senior leader women in law who can act as mentors and advisors to all of the hundreds of women-led teams in the hackathon.
Excellent.
Really exciting, and so we're here to talk to various organizations about their participation in that.
Excellent. How many cities were involved last year?
I believe we had 40 cities in 22 countries, and right now we've had, I think we're trending towards about 70 this year. I'm personally shooting for 100. I'm not sure we can get that far, maybe the third year, but especially with the announcement of this new women's initiative, GROWL, we're expecting really huge growth.
Getting visibility for that is very important. We had in London 6 teams last year, as you know. We're kind of aiming to make it bigger and go for at least 20, if not more, which is one of the reasons we've moved to Westminster University, so that we've actually got more space to actually fill out. And hopefully we can get more people involved. Yeah, it's obviously not just blockchain technology, though.
No.
There are going to be other technologies involved.
And not only is it not blockchain, it's not our blockchain necessarily. We founded this as a service to the world's legal innovation community. Yeah. And if people want to do blockchain, great. If they want to use Integra, our blockchain, fantastic. But it's technology agnostic. It's vendor agnostic. This is focused on a global platform for innovation in general.
So, but you'd expect things like artificial intelligence to come into it, and lots of other things too.
We've seen everything from contract automation to prison reform, to AI enhanced chatbot. And it could be anything. And of course, when you have that many hundreds of teams, you're going to get a wide variety of projects and novel ideas. And I just want to say, speaking of the London location, I think you guys are on pace to maybe be the biggest in the world this year. I'm hoping. I know you have a big venue. Yeah. You have the space for it. Although I'll tell you that the folks in Brazil, will give you a run for their money because they're very enthusiastic.
It's a good place to be. Is that Sao Paulo or
I forget which city. But I think there's 6 or 8 cities in Brazil that are hosting this year.
Oh, superb.
But given the strong showing last year, and of course London is such an important legal market. I mean, there's so much talent here. That we're very hopeful that this will compete to be, I guess the largest and most exciting venue.
And just to reiterate something, I mean, the intention here is both to kind of like further the business of law, but also using law for the good of society as well. So it's kind of like both of those ingredients come into it.
Yeah. So last year we loosely provided a suggestion that people can associate with what we called public benefit. Yeah. So that's where you're not focused on profit, you're focused on impact, or you could focus on private benefit. And so that was improving contract automation and corporations. That's right. So those are the 2 broad categories, and I think we'll do the same thing again this year. But it's whatever people want to work on.
So let's tell everyone, when is it? It's on February 22nd.
It begins the evening. It's a Friday evening, February 22nd. Continues all the way through to Sunday evening, the 24th. And just to quickly explain the format. So you register. There's no cost. So it's free to participants. So if you're a techie and a developer, if you're an attorney, if you're marketing, we need all types. Right? Because the idea here is
and last year, I mean, teams actually formed on the night. I mean, some people came with an idea, but lots of the teams happened on the night.
And we encourage that. And so I was going to say that beyond the novel things that are invented, it's just the experience of rapid innovation, rapid iteration. I mean, we think it's the primary mission of this is learning, it's education. Like how to innovate, how to go through that process. So everyone shows up on a Friday night around the world. That makes it kind of fun. Yep. And it's kind of like New Year's, where the ball drops in Sydney and it goes city by city. Yep. Same sort of thing. The hackathon starts time zone by time zone. Friday evening, all the registered participants show up. Socialize. Drinks, pizza, whatever, and then the pitches begin. And anyone can pitch and present an idea. You have 60 seconds, you stand up in front of the crowd, a lot of people you've never seen before or met before, you pitch your idea, everyone does that. At the conclusion of those quick fire pitches, the audience in attendance there votes on the favorite, the top 5 or 10 or 15. At that point, those ideas that made the cut have to form teams from the people, and away you go. And so for the rest of the weekend, all the way through Sunday, the teams that have formed have to build the product, they have to create the branding, they have to get potentially user feedback, and in some cases even get customers. And then you arrive on Sunday evening, and there's a panel of usually prominent industry leaders, experts.
We're putting together our judges at the moment. That's really cool.
You had some good ones last year.
Yeah.
And the teams that had formed on Friday night then have 5 minutes to pitch and present what they built.
And 5 minutes worth of questions as well.
Yeah, and the winning team from every city around the world then proceeds to the semifinals, which are conducted virtually. And then last year, the finalists were all invited to New York City, for the final pitches, and we declared the global winners. So we're following the same basic format this year.
Excellent. And we'll be trying to get people to help. We need mentors, we need sponsors, we need people who are going to come along and join in the fun and be part of the team. But you'll be hearing a lot more of it from this point on. David, thank you very much for telling me all about that. And check back here for more content like this and more interesting uses of information technology out into the future. Thanks very much.